Great, thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Bayan, shall we start?
Yeah, sure.
Let me share my presentation. Nancy Paul, are you here? Hello.
Hello, Borja. Yes, this is Paul.
Yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Nice to hear you. So good afternoon, everyone. I hope you are all well today. My name is Borja Nazarbayev, and I'm manager of the School of Medicine. I welcome you all today in our information session dedicated to our bachelor degree programs. Just a brief outline. So what we are going to do today is I will give some brief introduction about our school. Then we'll continue with the main part. So the presentation of Bachelor of Science in Nursing program by Ms. Nancy Stitt, Program Director. Next, we'll go on with Bachelor of Medical Sciences, presented by Dr. Paulo Colle, Assistant Professor. And next will be admissions requirements, the presentation by my colleague, Ms. Alwa Jolaman, so the Manager of Admissions Department. And then at the end of these presentations, we'll have pretty much time for your questions in a Q&A session. So just brief information about our school. So Nazarbayev University School of Medicine was established in 2015 in partnership with the University of Pittsburgh School of Medicine. So to serve as the academic hub of the Kazakhstan's first integrated academic health system. And one of the main strategic goals of our school is to develop a model for healthcare services in our country by integrating research, innovation, education, and patient care. So here are the programs that we offer in our school. So we have bachelor programs, master programs, PhD programs, Doctor of Medicine program, residency and fellowship programs. So I hope that we have all the programs that will meet your needs. So either it's a research path or clinical careers. So you can choose from a variety of programs. Today, as the title of our today's meeting says, we will be presenting you undergraduate programs. So today we offer 3 undergraduate degree programs. So Bachelor of Medical Sciences, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, and Bachelor in Nursing program, which is designed for working professional nurses. We'll talk about these programs in details in our next presentations. So just would like to mention that Nazarbayev University School of Medicine has a number of laboratories, simulation centers where you can practice your research and clinical skills. So you can see this, all these facilities, our classrooms, laboratories, as well as a simulation center in our virtual tour, which is located in our website. So here's the QR code you can scan and proceed to this virtual tour. So you can discover our building with us. So please check out, very interesting. And also would like to remind you that we are present at almost all the social media. We have official website, so please subscribe, follow us on social media, and stay tuned. Be aware of all the news regarding our programs and other activities. So now we'll we'll move to the main part of our today's session. So I would like to give the floor to Ms. Nancy Stee, Director of Nursing Program. Nancy, will you share your screen, please?
I can't share my screen.
Oh, I see. Okay, I
Where
will do it.
I think because I'm a guest, I can't share the screen.
I see. Okay, let me do it. Let me do it for you.
I can try. Can you see this?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, let me. Okay. So Nancy, please.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Babajan, for the introduction. And please take a chance to do the virtual tour. What Babajan was showing you is our simulation center. That's, in addition to our laboratories, our simulation center is our pride and joy. And if you decide to come into our nursing program, you will spend a lot of time in there with Dr. Paulo Collette, who will be presenting after me for the BMS program. But it really is worth taking the tour. And I'll talk a little bit more about that when I talk about your curriculum and when you will be spending time in this simulation center practicing on patients that are mannequins, not real life patients. So I'm going to talk to you about the 4-year program that we have, and this is designed for those of you who are coming right out of high school and joining us at Nazarbayev University. So we have a 4-year program, and you get a very early start within the 4-year program with doing skills. One of the things about nursing that we found, and I was recruited to come to Kazakhstan from Pittsburgh to help the School of Medicine in their mission to establish a world-class, not only School of Medicine, but a nursing program. Our goal was to modernize the medical field, but we also need to have really good nurses and to change the perception. We know that in Kazakhstan, there is a perception of nurses that is not what you would find in the United States and in Pittsburgh. So we're really on a goal to attract young, smart students who want to make a difference in nursing in Kazakhstan. So I'll go to my next slide. So this 4-year program is much like all of the 4-year programs at Nazarbayev University. Normally, you take 4 years of 240 credits. However, in our program, because of the number of courses that you're going to be taking in nursing and because of the number of days, hours that you get to have actually in the hospital setting, and you have core curriculum courses that are mandatory by the university, we have a very higher level of ECTS. So as you can see on the PowerPoint, when you complete our program, you will graduate with 250 ECTSs. That's your credits over the 4 years, which would be 8 semesters. So our courses are consistent with, or consist of these undergraduate core curriculum courses. So whether you go into this program or if you go into the 4-year BMS program, which will be explained after I'm finished, there are certain core courses that you have to take, and I'll highlight some of those as we go through what your 4 years will look like should you decide to join us in this amazing journey in a Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Our program, the 4-year program, is so unique. It's the only of its kind in Kazakhstan, as it combines courses that our strategic partner was the University of Pittsburgh School of Nursing. So the education pathway, the curriculum that you have is consistent with the same program if you were going to the University of Pittsburgh School of Nursing or other nursing programs within the US. But it also combines the European requirements. There's certain requirements we have to have when we have education programs. So you can see we've got a mixture of sciences, humanities, there's the nursing courses, and then the highlight of all of this is this opportunity to be in the hospital and what we call those clinical practicums. So those are actually doing practice in the hospitals in the clinical setting. And our courses are taught in English, as are the NU courses, but there's only one course I'll talk to you later about that is taught in 3 languages, and that's important for you in your career or in your clinical courses. So here are what your first 2 years are going to look like. So year 1 in the fall and the spring is not so heavy with the nursing courses, but we're really giving you time to get some of your core courses, which is chemistry, writing. You have to have 2 Kazakh language courses. There's a Kazakh history, sociology. So there's some core courses within the first year we like you to take care of. The nursing courses that you'll have within the first year, the first fall semester, we're going to introduce you to professional nursing. So what does it mean to be a professional nurse? And then you also have in that fall microbiology with lab. And then in the spring semester in year 1, you have anatomy and physiology 1, and then that's followed by anatomy and physiology 2. In the year 2, then once you've completed the first year, then you move on to your second year. And this is when it really starts to get interesting with diseases. We're going to look at diseases in a pathophysiology course. We're going to look at medications. We have a pharmacology course. You get to learn all about the medications that patients take. And genetics. You also learn about nutrition. One of the important things if you're in a hospital is you have to have good nutrition. So nurses need to know about the science of nutrition. And then in the second year, the one course that teaches all 3 languages is called the English, Russian, Kazakh medical terminology. And you will learn to converse with patients in the 3 languages. And then you'll also get prepared to be in the hospital by learning about how do doctors and nurses write and document what they're doing when they're taking care of patients, and that's something that we call clinical informatics. The most fun courses that you will have, and Dr. Paolo Collette teaches these, is your foundations of nursing practice. And what I mean by that is you're going to start to learn skills. You're going to get to be doing things with your hands and practicing on mannequins, and we have body parts to practice on. So it's really fun year, the second year. So in the fall and the spring, you'll get these skill courses. And that prepares you for the spring of year 2. Is your first, you'll see in my PowerPoint, the black font are the clinical practices, the times that you're going to be in the hospital and taking care of patients and getting to do things already in the second year of your spring. You get to go into the hospital setting. So then let's look at your last 2 years. So that's 2 years done. We move on to our third and fourth year. So now you start to prepare even more with being in the hospitals, and you're starting to prepare in year 3 to complete your 4th year. You must complete a research project. That's what's known as a capstone. And at Nazarbayev University, all undergraduate programs have some type of a research capstone project that you have to complete. So we begin preparing you for that in year 3. You're going to get nursing research methods. You're going to have statistics to help analyze and do your capstone, get your research completed. You're going to learn a little bit more about health psychology. As a nurse, as a doctor, patients have a certain understanding of their health, and we need to help them want to get better and to get healthier. And we teach that in health psychology. There's ethics. Ethics is a mandatory course for core curriculum in Nazarbayev University. Our ethics is designed to have you understand what's right and what's wrong, what's good practice, what's bad practice when you're working with patients. So there's ethical rules and principles you need to understand. And as you can see in the black font in year 3, you have a very varied clinical setting. So pediatric means children. You'll be working with children, with newborns and with children. Our program is designed to be broad, so we call it the complete spectrum of life, from birth, newborns, to adolescents, to young adults, to elderly. So you'll have the chance to work with children in pediatric nursing, and that's what Dr. Paolo what our faculty teaches the pediatric, and Dr. Paolo Colette is a midwife, and he teaches the obstetric nursing. So you'll get to actually see women have babies and the care that goes into that part of life. And then you'll actually get to do some surgical nursing. You'll get to go into the operating room and watch heart surgeries and different surgeries and participate in caring for those types of patients. And then also some psychiatric nursing. So there are mental diseases that need care, and you'll get some experience with that. Then your 4th and final year, the capstone, you begin to write your capstone. You begin to develop your research project based on something of interest that you have found you liked during the last 3 years. And then you continue to learn about caring for the elderly patients, and then you're in some very fun settings within the community. I get to teach you critical care nursing. That's the most advanced nursing that you can experience. And then in the spring, most of your work is designed in getting that research project done, getting it written, collecting data, and then working and spending some time in the hospital settings that you really want to have more exposure to, and to prepare you to be working after your graduation. The next slide. So there's a saying that we have: save one life and you're a hero, save 100 lives and you're a nurse. I'm not sure if you can see on the picture, there's a bridge. This is Pittsburgh, University of Pittsburgh Medical Center. There's a bridge, a walkway that connects buildings. And during COVID, they put a sign across each side of that bridge that goes over the street. It says, "Heroes work here." They've left it up all these years after COVID because they truly feel that nurses are the heroes within the hospitals. So to conclude, in my last slide, I really want to encourage you to think about joining us. Babajan, if you can move on to the last slide. We really invite you to join our one-of-a-kind program in Kazakhstan, and to become an NU, to become one of the first NU Nazarbayev University nurses, and become the new face of nursing in Kazakhstan. And we had our very first cohort drafted this beautiful logo that says, "I am nurse," but it's an emphasis of "I am an NU nurse." And then we have a slide that has all of our links. And we hope that you join us to make a difference in this country, this beautiful country of yours. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, Nancy. We'll proceed with the next program, Bachelor of Medical Sciences. So, Paula, I will share the presentation, right? Or you will do it myself?
Yeah, you can you share?
Okay.
Please?
Okay. Sure.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you very much, Nancy, for the nursing presentation. Good afternoon, everyone. Once again, this is Paulo Colette speaking, and I will be discussing or presenting to you about the Bachelor of Medical Science. This program on the second slide is considered a pre-medicine program that is taken over 4 years. And once completed, you will have a degree in Bachelor of Medical Science. Again, the pre-med program is a 4 years program, and once completed, you will have a degree in Bachelor of Medical Science. And students, once you completed this program, you will satisfy the progression criteria that is required for the Doctor of Medicine program at NUSUM. But it is not a guarantee to be accepted to the MD program. Again, once you completed your BMS program, you will satisfy the criteria for the MD program, but it is not a guarantee. Next, let's talk about the curriculum. In year 1, in year 2, you will have the core courses that is developed by NU, such as the biology, chemistry, math, social sciences, humanities, etc. So you will study these courses over at the main campus, and at times you will be at the medical school. Then moving on, in year 3 and 4, you will take courses that are already developed at the School of Medicine. This include anatomy, genetics, cellular and pathological basis of disease, metabolism, immunology, and many other more. On the following slide, you will see here a comparison now of the BMS if your pre-med is BMS. Now, the BMS plus the MD will be completed over 7 years. Why? Because the year 4 of the BMS is the year 1 of the MD program. Whereas on the other side, if you look at it, if you have another pre-med from another program or a bachelor's from another program, you will have to study for 8 years in total. 4 years for your BSc or bachelor, and then another 4 years for your MD program. Going back to the next slide, upon completion now of the MD or the BMS program, you will progress, or you will progress and satisfy the progression criteria required for the Doctor of Medicine program at NU. However, like I said earlier, it is not a guarantee for you to be accepted. We have a MD progression committee in the school who will decide, review your application packet against the following criteria. You will have interview, your GPA should be 3.0 or above. They will review also your professional behavior during your BMS program, your extracurricular activities, recommendation letters, and lastly, they would also, or they might require additional documents to review for your acceptance to the MD program. So that would be all from me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Paolo. Yeah, we'll proceed with the next presentation. Let me stop sharing my screen. So I'll pass the word to my colleague Alois Laman, who is a manager of admissions department, and she will present some issues related to the admissions requirements, admissions process. Alwa, please.
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Alwa. I work as a manager in the admissions department. Thank you, Borjan, for the introduction. Let me share my screen with you. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see.
Sorry. Okay, do you see the presentation or like a half screen?
Yes. We see the half screen.
Okay. Okay. So I have a very short presentation about the general information on the admission processes for the undergraduate programs. Can you see the slides, right?
Oh.
No?
No.
Oh, no.
It's a black screen.
Okay, sorry. Let me try again. Okay. Okay, how about now?
Now we can see the full screen.
Okay. Sorry for the delay. So, how do you apply to the undergraduate program at Nazarbayev University? First of all, you will have to create a personal account at the admissions.nu.nu.kz portal and complete your application form, which includes some of your personal information. And also on this portal, there is an instruction that you can clearly follow. It describes all the steps. After filling in the application form, you will be required to upload some documents. Usually it includes your passport or ID, national ID. Also some verifications from your high school, secondary school, and afterwards, one of the most important steps is to click on the Pay and Submit application button, because until you actually press this button, your application form will not be seen or received into our admissions database. So we only receive your application once you pay the application fee. And usually the cost of application fee is 5,000 tenge, but in the last 2 weeks before the end of the application, it triples. And so in the last 2 weeks, the application fee becomes 15,000 tenge. That's why we advise everyone to submit the applications earlier. And after you submit your whole application, you will have to also send the electronic results of your IELTS and TOEFL or TOEFL language exam. So to do that, you will have to contact your test administrator and make sure that you send your electronic result directly to Nazarbayev University database, as well as upload the copy of your original certificate. So we will need both, right? The scan of your hard copy certificate and also the electronic results sent into our database. And so this is usually the first step of the admission process. So that you're aware, filling out the application form, submitting all the documents is the first stage. Afterwards, all the applications will be considered by the admission committee. It usually depends on the category you're applying through. It lasts from January till April. The receiving of the offer letters from Nazarbayev University usually happens during summer, so from May till August, and the enrollment and taking part in orientation week, which both are necessary steps in order to be actually enrolled into Nazarbayev University, takes place in August. So, what are the deadlines? To apply to the undergraduate program, it depends on your category. There are several categories you can apply through, and I will describe them in details a little bit later, but one of the main categories is a new applicants category. Unfortunately, this year, the application submission period has already passed. The deadline was December 4th, and this category had to send their results by December 20th in 2023. But the deadlines are approximately the same each year. So if you are willing to apply next year, for the next year's intake, right, then please refer to these deadlines so that you will have to submit your application before December approximately, and before the middle of December, you will have to send your IELTS results. As for the other categories, the application is still open, and for international students, the deadline for submitting your application is February 29th, and you will have to send your IELTS scores by April 4th. And for local applicants, Kazakhstani citizens, the deadline is March 27th, and for IELTS TOEFL results, it's April 4th. Let me tell you a little more about the categories and the requirements, right? As I've already mentioned, there are several, 5 main categories. One way you can apply to Nazarbayev University undergraduate programs is by passing SAT or ACT exams. The minimum requirements for these exams are 1,240 points or 26 points. It's important to notice that this is not SAT subject, so it's not like biology or chemistry. It's just a general digital SAT where you will be tested on your mathematics and critical thinking knowledge. It applies both to ACT too. Another category is if you are a holder of A-level or NAS grade 12 certificate. What does it mean? Being a holder means you are not just graduating school, right? NAS or A-level school, but you already possess the certificate because at the time you send your application, meaning by February or by March 27th, you already must have these certificates with you. So if you, for example, graduated high school in 2022 or 2023, then you can participate in this year's competition with these certificates. And the minimum requirement for your grades, it has to be ABB in any 3 subjects. Another category is IB diploma program holders. Same as the NAS certificate holders and A-level holders, you already must possess your diploma by the time you apply, and the minimal score, total score, must be 30 points. And in your high-level subjects, your grades must be at least 4, 4, and 5. Our biggest category is new yet applicants. And for this category, in order to be considered in the competition for undergraduate programs, you will have to get 120 total points, minimum of 50 in each subject. And there are 2 subjects as well, mathematics and critical thinking. This means if you receive, for example, 50 points in mathematics, your critical thinking score must be at least 70, so that your total is at least 120. I hope it's clear. And the last category is Republican and International Olympiad winners. It only applies for STEM subjects, STEM subjects being mathematics, physics, chemistry, biology, and informatics. computer science, right? And as for the Republican Olympiads, it's only first and second place winners can apply via this category, and for international Olympiads, first, second, and third place winners can participate in the competition. Also, for the undergraduate programs competition, your minimum IELTS TOEFL score has to be at least 6.5 or 79. 6.5 and no less than 6 in each category for your IELTS score. It is required for all categories if you want to be considered for undergraduate program. But because the competition for undergraduate foundation programs is joint this year, you can still participate in competition for foundation program with a score that is 6.0. But for the undergraduate programs to get accepted to the directly to the first year, you have to have a total score of 6.5 at least. What else? The motivation letter is required for all the categories. Everyone should write a motivation letter, and interview is optional depending on the school, but usually a School of Medicine holds interviews for all their applicants. So if you're willing to apply to Bachelor's Science of Medicine or Science of Nursing, be prepared to participate in the interview. Another thing about the Olympiad winners category is that for this category, the IELTS, there is no minimum requirement for your IELTS or TOEFL score. You will still have to submit your results, but without some minimum requirements. But it is mandatory to participate in the interview for this category, no matter what major you're applying to, because the admission committee will determine your English level if you are eligible to study at Nazarbayev University. Other important notes is that we do not accept superscoring for any exams, SAT, IELTS, TOEFL, doesn't matter, no superscoring. Also, for those who are willing to apply via SAT or ACT, only digital SAT is considered in the competition. And as for the IELTS and TOEFL exams, no such versions as home edition or IELTS online, TOEFL PDT will be considered by the admission committee. You will have to actually submit these exams in person by visiting your test center. It doesn't matter if it is computer-based or paper-based, but not home edition, not online versions. Okay. If you still have any questions, you can refer to our website, NU.edu.kz. The portal is at admissions.nu.edu.kz, and we have our applicant support center who will answer your questions at this email, info_admissions@nu.edu.kz, or you can call these phone numbers and they will also answer to your questions during work time. Okay, that is it for me. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Alwa. Dear participants, we have finished our presentations we have planned for today. Now we'll move to the Q&A session. So if you have any questions, please raise your hands and you'll be given the right to speak. Do we have? Hello?
May I?
Yes, please.
Well, at first I thought I should pass the, NUET. There's a 2 way to, go into Nazarbayev University. So I did the registration and then paid the money for the NUET. But then I got my ACT result, and then as well as because I was determined that I'm going to study in medicine, so I decided to take the direct as my way to, be part of the Nazarbayev University. And then My question is that can I also register? Can I now register for Nazarbayev University by ACT and IELTS, but not NUIT, despite the fact that I actually registered with NUIT?
If you want to change the category you're applying through, you can send the request to the undergraduate_admissions at NU.KZ, and we will consider your case. But in general, because the NUIT category application is closed, I cannot give you the exact answer, but please write your request to our email.
Okay, thank you so much.
So yeah, we can see some questions in the chat. Is it, I'm an engineer. Yeah, I have an engineering degree, but I want to switch to med school. Is it, is there, yeah. So it basically it's possible as long as you have 1 year of biology and 1 year of chemistry with both with lab component and MCAT certificate available. So, Indira, can you specify your question? What do you mean by opportunity, no opportunity to practice abroad? Do you mean internships? Berjan, are you raising your hand?
Құрметті болашақ біздің студенттер деп айтайық, егер сізге ағылшын кішкене қиынырақ болса, сіз немесе орысша, немесе қазақша сұрақтарыңыз қоюға болады. Ұялмаңыздар.
Рахмет, Баян. Here's an interesting question. Is it possible to get into the MD program after finishing BSN? So,
sorry, Barshan.
yeah.
There is. I mean, there are requirements that you have to meet in order to do that. Currently, we are re-looking at this opportunity, but it would require a very high GPA, and that you have to have a year of chemistry with lab and meet the other criteria. Things are changing with this, but I would say it is possible. It's not absolutely not possible, but we still are looking at some criteria to allow that to happen. And that would be without taking the MCATs, but again, this is all being looked at.
Thank you, Nancy. Here are some questions in the chat. I'm Kenyan, interested in nursing, fresh from high school. Is it possible for me to apply? Yeah, sure.
Yes, absolutely. This is who we're trying to attract. Absolutely. There's no special courses that you need in high school. You just have to meet the criteria that Alua had mentioned to you for the admissions. You will get interviewed. We do, as an undergraduate program at the School of Medicine, we do interview all of our nursing candidates, anybody who's interested in nursing.
Thank you very much. Is it possible to take scholarships from your university in the course of medicine? Mohammed Razak Akbari. So yes, it is possible. We have state scholarships as well as non-bio scholarships for international students. Of course, everything is on competition based, and you have to meet all the criteria and be successful in the interview and application packet. I mean, your application package should satisfy minimum requirements. Based on all this, you'll be granted a scholarship. So it's competition based. Okay. From Mongolia, I have 5 points in IELTS. Is it possible for me to apply? Arayalım. Yes, the minimum requirement is 6.5 for undergraduate programs. Yeah, please try next time. Strengthen your English. Share requirements for a new FIP. Aloha. So requirements for new FIP.
Yeah, current NUFIP students, foundation year program students, you will have to pass your foundation year program successfully, right, to be able to get accepted to the undergraduate programs. If I'm not mistaken, it means that you have to get at least 60, 60, and 70 in your subject scores in total, but as well as the minimum requirements for the competition, it does not guarantee that you're going to be accepted to the undergraduate programs. These are the minimum requirements. So the exact points you have to get, you better ask the CPS, Center for Prepared Studies representatives, your tutors, and they will share this information with you about the transition from the foundation year program to the undergraduate.
Okay. Так, можно ли через ЕНТ-балл поступить в сестринское дело? Назарбаев университет мы не рассматриваем ЕНТ-баллы, к сожалению. Так, does it require SAT to apply for medical science or nursing program? SAT is one of the requirements. So you can apply through one of the 5 categories. Yeah, SAT, one of these categories. Alo, if you want to add something.
Yeah, this is correct. SAT is one of the way, but make sure you submit the digital SAT. And if you want to try yourself this year, the deadline for submission SAT for local applicants is April 4th. And for I mean, the submission of SAT scores is the same for both international and local applicants. It's April 4th, but you will have to send your application if you're Kazakhstani before March 27th, and if you're an international applicant before February 29th. So make sure you submit your application before in advance. Sorry.
Okay, good. I have low GPA in school, so I don't have extracurricular activities, but in case I will pass all the exams, NUET, IELTS, SAT, enough score, then would NU accept me?
Yeah, there is a possibility that you will get accepted because we do not, the admission committee does not look at your GPA, high school GPA. All that matters is your exam results, first of all. And if you have successfully passed all the requirements, being SAT, IELTS, right, or NUET, and as well as your interview. Because the extracurricular activities are only considered by admission committee at their request. If necessary, they will ask for your extracurricular activities and consider them. Otherwise, in most cases, the most important thing is to pass all of your exams with a high score. But there is no guarantee, right, that you will be accepted because it will depend on the competition. If everyone have very high scores, it might be difficult to get into Nazarbayev University.
Yes, I would like to add that the requirements that Aloha presented in her slides, so these are the minimum entry requirements. So to have more chances to be admitted to the program, you should score as much as possible, I have one comment about BN program, about the number of scholarships for this year. So last year there were only 5 places. How many scholarships will be this year? Ахмурзаева Мира. Сколько грантов выделяется в год на школу медицины? Я слышал, что бакалавр. Окей. У нас есть гранты, также есть платное обучение за счет работодателя, так что подавайте. Все это на конкурсной основе идет. То есть, если вы достаточно хороши, то есть соответствуете нашим требованиям, то вы можете стать обладателем гранта. То есть грант у нас есть. This is quite interesting. Yeah, NUYET is one of the options. NUYET is one of the options. So you may apply through SAT category as well. SAT, ACT is one of them.
Hi.
Hello?
Yeah, I have a question. So is it true that I need to make 3 or 4 research to be successful at 22 MD program after a bachelor's? I mean, is it a requirement? I heard that from other students.
Can you please specify a question, because I don't, I'm not sure I answered it correctly.
I heard that I need to make 3 researches to be successful at 22 a master's degree, to get a master's degree.
So master's degree or MD degree? So basically,
I mean the master's program. I'm sorry.
No, we don't have specific requirements to have 3 research publications or something, papers in the requirements for master's degree programs. So you can check our website. All the information is updated, so you can
check out. But like it's just what I heard. Yeah,
of course. It will be kind of advantage to have some research in your background, but it's not in our list of requirements. So if you are invited to the interview with the admissions committee, so admissions committee members may ask you about your research backgrounds. So it will be an advantage to have those.
Thank you.
Welcome, my dad. In IELTS test. Excuse me?
I have a question, sir.
Yes, please.
What's requirement for residence program?
Do you have an MD degree now? Okay.
Did you hear my question?
Yeah, yes, Abdul Samad. So you're asking a question, what is the requirement for residency program, right?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, so I will just reply shortly, because this information session is for undergraduate programs, and our residency session will be in a couple of weeks. One of the main requirements for residency program is to have MD degree or equivalent, IELTS 7.0, USMLE Step 1 certificate or IFORM Basic Science certificate, and of course reference letters. Please check our website. There's detailed information about that. So, and follow us in social media, because in a couple of weeks we're going to have a session for residency programs.
Okay, so thank you.
Welcome.
And there is no practice in BM program, right?
Hello, please.
Oh, sorry. And there is no practice in BM program, right?
BSN program?
No, BM.
So you mean Bachelor of Medical Sciences, right?
Yes.
No, over the course of this program, there are no clinical courses. There are no clinical courses, unfortunately. So all the courses are theory based, and in year 3 you will have capstone project that you can develop you can be involved in a research project with your PI. So this is the practical part of this program.
Okay, thank you.
Whereas in BSN nursing program, so you will have courses, clinical courses starting from year 2, as Nancy mentioned in her presentation. Can I get information about traumatology? In there we have a residency program in traumatology, so it's a residency program. Please go to our website. So for PhD in biomedical science, I need just MCAT to apply medical biomedical science. Yes, if you mean that you have a PhD degree, now you'd like to go for MD program, and you have 1 year of biology and 1 year of chemistry with a lab component, yes, you need an MCAT. You need an MCAT certificate. Yernur, in IELTS test, all the categories should be 6.5. 6.5.
Your overall score must be at least 6.5, but in each category it should be no less than 6.0 if you want to study at undergraduate program. If you're willing to apply to foundation, the scores are a little bit lower. You can find them on our website.
Okay. So Mohammed Razi Akbari, the scholarship that you give just includes university fee, or it has other opportunities? So the scholarship covers all the costs, the fees, tuition fees, stipend, and other financial benefits, such as medical insurance, medical insurance, traveling, I think, too. Question from Mongolia. So I'm from Mongolia and I'm willing to become a surgeon. Which course should I choose? Can I get scholarship if I have IELTS? So yes, to become a surgeon. So first of all, you should complete undergraduate degree, then go for MD and apply for residency program. So we have a number of different programs in like surgical programs in the residency program. So traumatology, urology, general surgery, and others. Please check our website. So I think I have covered all the questions here in the chat. Okay, dear participants, a couple of minutes. Yeah, Nancy, please.
There's hand raises. I don't know if you have everybody that has their hand up in the chat. Do you see the participants with their hands raised?
Yeah, I see. Yeah, I see. I think one of them asked already a question about residency. Okay, dear participants, we have 1 minute to finish. Thank you very much for joining today. We hope that today's information session was useful, and we'll be happy to see you at our university, in our program, in our school. So please again, join, follow us. Follow us in Instagram, social media, different social medias. Check our website for updates and stay tuned. Hello?
Already followed on social media.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you.
Sorry, let me answer one question in the chat. I see we have skipped. If you are an international applicant, you have to send your application, submit the application form, and pay application fee before February 29th. After that, the deadline for SAT, if you have already passed your SAT, you can send your scores immediately, both IELTS and SAT. But if not, the deadline for submission of your SAT and IELTS is April 4th. But the latest SAT result that we are going to consider is March 9th. So you have to submit your SAT before March 9th so that your result would be considered.
Okay.
That's it. Thank you.
Yeah. So thank you very much, colleagues. Nancy, Paulo, Aloha, thank you very much for your active participation. Okay, goodbye. See you next time. Have a good weekend. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, sir. You too.